Crypto has a big problem, and it's only getting worse. Over the past week, we've seen this one issue continue to get bigger and bigger, and it threatens to send crypto to new all-time lows. And if we ever want to see another crypto rally again, we're going to have to figure out a way to get past it. In today's video, we're going to hear from the experts, we're going to look at the data to see if this problem is only going to get bigger or if a solution is somewhere in sight. If you want to learn more, throw me a like down below, and let's find out what this problem is. Now, you can probably already guess what this problem is in relation to. It has to do with the US-Iran conflict, but more specifically, the price of oil. And this is going to impact crypto in a number of ways. As of right now, crude oil is over $100 a barrel. You compare that to the previous 6 months, where the highest it had been was around $65. It's almost double that price. This hurts crypto and global markets in a number of ways. And one of the problems that could come from this could end up affecting crypto for months after this gets concluded. But first, I think the most pressing thing to discuss is the general uncertainty that this is causing. Markets hate uncertainty more than anything. And right now, investors don't know which way to go. They don't know if they should invest in Bitcoin. They don't know if they should invest in equities or commodities. So what do? They sell it all. And that creates a global downturn in asset prices. And one of the top business leaders in the world is already paying attention to this. I got David Solomon, CEO at Goldman Sachs. Check out his thoughts on this uncertainty that's plaguing markets.
I think there's a lot of uncertainty around the direction of the conflict, how it'll be resolved, what the off-ramps are. And, I think it's fair to say when you look at markets, market reactions have been relatively benign. And I certainly could have seen over the last couple of days, a little bit more volatility, but I don't think people are being complacent. I think that market participants are looking and trying to say, how is this going to play out? What's the end game? You can see, good scenarios and more difficult scenarios.
And this is the key problem that investors face. What is going to happen in the coming weeks? Are we going to see further escalations? Are we going to see neighboring countries start to get involved, causing more sell-offs? And so right now, what we're seeing is a general risk-off move. And so right now, crypto is very dependent on the news that comes out. Are we going to see further escalations, or are we going to see a resolution? At the end of this video, I've got a little hopium for you in terms of a resolution, but I want to share with you this clip from Jim Bianco regarding the headlines that are affecting crypto's prices right now.
But we're at the mercy of headlines at any moment that there can possibly be more oil infrastructure damage that would elevate the price of oil even more. So we're just kind of waiting on circumstances right now to see where we go.
So as much as I hate to say it, it seems like it's kind of up to chance. We don't have control over what happens in this conflict. We kind of just have to wait and see. And so that is causing investors to take a risk-off position. And what this mostly boils down to is the disruption in oil and the disruption in energy. And I'm going to share with you why these disruptions can be so hurtful for crypto. But first, I'm going to show you this chart. And this is going to break down all of the energy disruptions that we've seen. You've got drone attacks causing Saudi's largest refinery to shut down. You've got drone attacks causing the world's largest liquefied natural gas plant. You've got a fire in the major oil trading hub that was caused by shrapnel from an intercepted drone. And as you know, the Strait of Hormuz is now closed. That's 20% of the world's oil supply not able to get where it needs to go. And so as oil and energy gets disrupted, it creates uncertainty, but it also could send the entire world economy into a recession. And this is already concerning economists around the world. Joseph Wang, who used to work at the New York Fed, has similar concerns.
So this has the real potential to just push oil $150, $200, and also by extension cause a huge global recession. And this is impacting financial asset prices in Japan and Korea already.
And this is already affecting asset prices in Korea and Japan. And if you look at the US, some of the more traditional markets, we've got the NASDAQ down, we've got the S&P down, and you've got crypto down. Over the last 4 days, Bitcoin is down just about 10%. And so right now, oil is the biggest concern in the world. If it continues to go higher, if the disruptions continue, we will see crypto and other assets continue to fall in price as investors seek safety in things like bonds or gold. And so it seems like markets in the short term are tethered to the price of oil. But we can also be affected by this months down the road, even long after the energy disruptions get handled. And so right now, crypto seems to be tethered to the price of oil. If oil continues to go higher, crypto will likely fall. And this is a pattern that we've been observing for the last couple of years. If you look at this chart here, we've got Bitcoin in orange, we've got oil in blue. You can see that as oil goes higher, Bitcoin goes lower. As oil goes lower, Bitcoin goes higher. And now, if you zoom in, we've got a big move up in oil and you see Bitcoin coming down. So there seems to be an inverse correlation between the price of oil and crypto, and it's for the reasons we talked about. It's associated with that uncertainty because this doesn't always hold true. If you look back a few more years, you can see that oil and Bitcoin actually rise and fall together. You see it fall together, you see it rise together. So a big part of this inverse correlation isn't necessarily the price of gold, but it's the uncertainty and some of the drama that comes along with it. When you see disruptions due to trade wars or due to military conflicts, that's when assets start to take a dive. And again, it's because of the uncertainty that goes with it. But when oil goes higher, there's an even bigger problem that waits for us on the other side of that. And that problem is inflation. If you've been paying attention to the Fed, you know that they've been very concerned with inflation lately, and they've been reluctant to cut rates for fear of prices going higher. But this is exactly what oil is going to do. It's going to create inflation. And so my fear is that the Fed could end up hiking rates as a result of inflation caused by higher oil prices. And this is something that legendary macro investor Jordy Visser has warned us about. He says that inflation could even go up to a whole percentage point higher. That would bring inflation up to 4%. Check out what he has to say.
If you're not creating jobs and you have gas at the pump going higher, which means we're going to see a huge inflation print in the next month because gas is a major part of the headline inflation number. It may not filter all the way through core, but you're going to see an inflation number that I'm sure, based on what we've seen of gas at the pump, is going to be at 1% or higher. So that's for 1 month. That's an annualized number of 12. We're going to be back in kind of the, oh my God, we're in 2022 period again. And that's coming in the next month. So I think it's just a period of uncertainty, both in the labor market, but this is going to add uncertainty on the inflation side.
And what did you notice in that clip? Uncertainty. This is our biggest enemy right now. Oil going higher and the uncertainty surrounding whether or not this will stop anytime soon. Now, I realize at this point you might be getting a little discouraged, but it's not all bad news. I want to share with you a little piece of hope. I realize at this point you might be getting a little discouraged. We have mass uncertainty. We have asset prices selling off. Bitcoin's down 10%. We have inflation likely to rise, and the Fed couldn't very well hike rates. All of this seems very bad. However, if this conflict gets sorted out, let's say in the next week, maybe the next 2 weeks, we could see a massive reversal. And I want to bring us back to Joseph Wang because this is something that he identifies. And I don't know about you, but I need little bits of hope like this to keep me going. Check it out.
In the event that we do have a sudden resolution to this, vol is going to get crushed. People would take their hedges off, and we were going to have a huge, huge relief rally and easily probably go to all-time highs. So there is that fuel there for an absolute surge should this happen.
I don't know about you, but I like the sound of a surge. I think we're overdue for a surge. We've been surging to the downside for the last 4 or 5 months. And quite frankly, I'm tired of it. And I'm sure you are as well. I hate to bring you this news. I hate to tell you these things. It is not my favorite video to make, but it is the video that you need to hear as a crypto investor. My advice, embrace the suck. Embrace the times that we're in. We cannot change what is happening over there. We cannot change the way markets will respond. All we can change is how we react to this news. I realize that it's been a tough period, but as they say, the night gets darkest before the dawn, and maybe there's a horizon at the end of this conflict. And you can be rest assured that when the sun does begin to rise on crypto and digital assets, because I am very confident that it will in time, I will be here to tell you all about it and help you stay up to date and informed in the world of crypto. So if you want to continue to get updates like these, throw me a subscribe down below. It means a lot to me, and it helps us bring you the best content that we possibly can. Also, leave me a comment. Let me know if you've learned anything. Do you think that oil is a problem for markets, or are you investing in gas and plan to sell higher? In either case, thank you for being here, and we'll see you in the next video.